Humming?
Honduras webinar check 1 2 test stream.
I didn't say you didn't. I just said you're talented for both, not just one.
All right, we're going to sign 1,000 people up.
Hello, we are about 10 minutes away from starting our live webinar. So if you have friends or family that you want to get together with and watch this, we would love to share this webinar with you. So in about 10 minutes, we will tell you all about our amazing new Honduras tour. Good afternoon. Welcome to our live webinar. My name is Scott Benedict, and it is a privilege for me to work at Pleasure Bent Tours here in sunny and beautiful and a little chilly Tucson. So whether you're watching on the live webinar or you're watching the video afterwards, thank you so much for being part of this event, and thank you so much for being one of our loyal customers. You see, you come as a customer, and hopefully we continue our relationship as a friend, because it is truly an honor to be able to give you amazing travel experiences. So Pleasure Bent has been in Tucson for 44 years. We've been providing amazing journeys. And so we love to provide these small journeys for discerning travelers in a very intimate, high-touch, five-star treatment way. And so as we are working real hard to give you some amazing tours here in our backyard in the Southwest, in the Pacific Northwest, in the West, Midwest, international, we are constantly trying to develop unique, specialized journeys that you will love. And so I was really excited several months ago when I sat down with Eric, the owner and general manager of Pleasure Bent, and we talked about creating a tour to a country that I love. You see, I've had the chance to travel a little bit, and I would put some of my best destinations up there with Honduras. So Switzerland, Morocco, Iceland, the Southwest in the U.S., and Honduras, along with Costa Rica. And I think Honduras is one of these bucket list countries, and I'm going to tell you why. But we have seen such a boom in travel now that COVID hopefully is receding. The Delta variant seems to be being more handled. Folks are being smarter as they travel. They're being considerate. And we are seeing so many of our tours fill up. We sell out of our destination tours, or maybe we can't take any more reservations for our day tours because people are traveling again. So if you were cooped up during COVID, especially 2020, and you have some of your travel budget still remaining, please think about investing that into you with Pleasure Bent Tours. Let us take you someplace amazing. So because you are our most valuable asset, we want to make sure that you know that it's safe to travel again. So we have, as of October 1st, instituted a guideline that all of our passengers, as well as employees and team members, are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. So that has begun October 1st, and it's a great peace of mind to get on the coach or to travel interstate or internationally, knowing that everyone has taken that step. So it is safe to travel again, both by coach and by plane, domestically and internationally. Now, that's not our only really wonderful thing that we have done recently. We have, again, tried to let folks know about our referral program. We think this is a wonderful thing because we have wonderful customers, and we want you to tell your family and friends about us. So if you refer anyone to us and they go on a destination tour, after their tour, we are going to credit you $100 for your next tour with Pleasure Bent. And there's no limit. So if you have 5 friends and they all travel with us on a destination tour, that's $500 that will be credited to you on your next destination tour. So please take advantage of that excellent referral program. Now, before we jump into Honduras, I'm just so excited to tell you all about this amazing trip. I also want to share with you some of the things that you've been asking. So you've been emailing, you've been messaging, you've been seeing us in person, and you've been calling us. So the first thing is our brand new day tour catalog. This came out a couple of weeks ago. And in this catalog, you're going to find 28 tours 28 dates and 24 tours all over here in the Southwest. Of course, you're going to see Phoenix. You're going to see all types of different tours that we offer. and some of them are selling out. So we begin next Saturday, and we head to Canyon Lake for the Twilight Dinner Cruise, and we do baseball and horses and museums and theater and car shows and winery. Please, if you don't have one of our day catalogs, please give us a call or message and we will get you one. So now, a lot of you have also been talking about our catalog. The catalog that you might have was our last catalog that we have produced before COVID. And so because of that, we had to wait on a lot of our vendors and a lot of the logistics and getting our tours together. So great news is the catalog is at the printer now and is being printed and is being mailed very soon. So you will get our new destination catalog in the next few days, early next week, depending on the mail. And that is going to be full of 40 tours. And we have some brand new ones. We're bringing back some ones that have been super popular. And so please check that destination catalog out. If you don't have any, you can always reach us on our website through email or our phone. You can see on the banner behind me, here's our phone number and our website. We'd love to be able to get a catalog in your hand. So in the future, as we talk about new tours and our catalogs, we're hopefully going to do more of these webinars and tour briefings before some of our destination tours. So check that out. You'll see in the next few days on our website, you'll see right at the top, there's going to be an events tab. And that events tab, you're going to be able to click on and you'll be able to see where we are, what is coming up as far as events and webinars with PleasureBet. So we are going to jump right into our Latin American tour to Honduras. One of the amazing things about Latin America is that it's close. So we don't go all the way down to Chile or to Brazil yet, but you know, Mexico is an amazing country. We love our neighbors on the south, and we do 4 trips there in 2022. So check those out in our brochure. We have 2 south of Mexico, and so one of them is in the country of Pura Vida, Pure Life in Costa Rica, and that is in August. So I'm going to do a webinar on that later in a few months, but today it's all about Honduras. Now, before we get into Honduras, I want to give you an incentive. So this is going to be one of those small group, big adventure tours. And because of that, we have quite a few folks that are very interested, and we need you to know that this trip will fill up. So as just an incentive, I want to give to you at the end to help you book by Friday if possible. So we'd love to be able to just make it a little bit sweeter for you to jump on this tour with us. So let's get right into the beautiful country of Honduras. I brought my Honduras scarf with me. I am super proud to wear it, and I love the country of Honduras. Now, as we get into our webinar, I want you to know that I want to be as interactive as possible. So if you are signed into YouTube for the webinar, go ahead and feel free to put in your comments, your questions there. And if you don't have a YouTube account, no problem. So I want to give you my cell phone number. And right now it's being monitored by Matt, who's our technology guru. And so Matt is going to give me questions that you have. So if you have a question or if I've confused you, please let me know, and Matt's going to give that question to me. So my cell phone number that you can text me at for Honduras or any time, if I can help you answer any questions about tours, is this: 520-891-3152. So if you have any questions, and I'm going to give that to you one more time, 520-891-3152. Go ahead and text anytime, and Matt's going to give me that question here within the next 25 minutes, and I'll be able to answer that live right now. So what do you know about Honduras? Well, you might know that it is a country in Central America. That's right. It's not in South America. And in Central America, there are 7 countries. There are 7 countries. So I have a little map here that I thought would be good for us to look at. And on this map, you're going to see several things. So first of all, there's all 7 countries here in Central America. And it starts all the way up top here in Guatemala, and it goes all the way down here to Panama. You'll see Honduras is right here. So this is Honduras, and it is bordered by Guatemala, El Salvador, and Nicaragua. Right on top of it is Belize, and then, of course, there's Mexico on top of that. So one of the amazing things about Honduras is the location. So you can see that it is right there on the Caribbean Ocean. And one of the questions somebody asked me is, why should I go to Honduras? I've already been to Costa Rica. Well, that's amazing. I love Costa Rica, but Honduras has something unique that Costa Rica does not. So it has the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef. So this barrier reef is over 625 miles long. It starts all the way up at the top of Mexico, and it wraps down past Belize, and then it comes around right through Honduras. And when it comes above Honduras, it goes through the 4 Bay Islands of Honduras. And so one of those Bay Islands is the island of Roatan. And Roatan is a cruise ship port that was discovered by Carnival. And so Carnival put in a massive port there. And several of you have said to me, Scott, I have been to Roatan, but just for 3 hours, 4 hours, and I want to go back. It was beautiful, and you're right, it is beautiful. So I started going to Honduras in exactly the year 2000. So for over 20 years now, I have journeyed to Honduras and have done a lot of trips, both tours and some other trips, some global volunteerism trips. And then for 8 years, my wife and my son and daughter and I lived in Honduras. That's right. So I love the country. I lived there. It's an amazing country. And one of the unique things about Honduras is that it has these 4 barrier islands that are just drop dead gorgeous. So Honduras would be about the size of Tennessee. But interestingly enough, it only has about 10 million people. So if you take Manhattan, Greater New York City right there, that is the total population of Honduras. But Hondurans are wonderful people. So they're called catrachos. And catrachos are some of the nicest people that I have ever met in my lifetime. And Honduras is one of these countries that unless you know somebody that's really been there and just really tried to suck the life out of it and just get the most out of it, you might not want to go there. So that's one reason why I think it's so exciting that Pleasure Ben is offering this tour, because this is one of those best kept secret locations. You know, it's not a Bora Bora or the French Polynesia. It's not, you know, some luxurious Caribbean island. It is just raw and wild and beautiful and gorgeous, and something that really you should think about doing with us. So with that being said, I'd love to tell you that I will be your tour director. So I've lived there. I tried to learn Spanish, and I think I can speak it pretty well and understand it. So I would call myself bilingual at certainly at the street level, and understanding it and reading it and writing it. And we can certainly make our way around. And I feel 100% confident this is going to be an amazing trip for you with me on this small group, big adventure tour at the end of January next year. So what a better way to start your 2020 by going to an amazing island and the mainland and experiencing a third world country that is very safe and that is very welcoming of North Americans, and that really is an amazing place to be discovered. So Honduras has lush, verdant, green mountainsides. They have gorgeous rivers. There's white water. They have wildlife everywhere. They have these, of course, beautiful islands that are just magnificent, both just to look on top of the water, look under the water. And it is a country that I can't wait to take you to. So with that being said, let's jump right into the itinerary, and please let me know any questions that you might have. So first of all, we are going to leave Tucson, and you can get to Honduras in one day, but it's really tough. So we're not going to stretch it too far. We're going to head right to Houston. We're going to stay at the Hilton Gardens overnight, just take our time. And, so it's not a long flight to Houston. The next day is just about a 2.5 hour flight in the morning from Houston. And we're going to fly right over the Gulf of Mexico and over the Caribbean and then land at Roatan International Airport. There's a good chance that we'll see a Carnival cruise ship there or Norwegian. And we will be there for 4 nights. So after we arrive, we're going to head over to an amazing oceanfront hotel. So the Mayan Princess is a 4-star hotel and is directly on the ocean. So I don't know if you've seen much of our publicity, but this is the beautiful Mayan Princess Hotel. Now, at this hotel, you can see that it is right on the beach. And so here's this gorgeous white sand beach. And you'll see that it ends right up here, so on this rocky coast. Well, if you see all of this darker area out here, all of this is the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef. So obviously, the Great Barrier Reef in Australia is larger, but this is closer. And I think we all like closer. So you can see that you could potentially be staying in one of these units right here, and you can simply put on your swimsuit and grab your snorkel kit and head out and get right into the Caribbean Ocean. How amazing is that? So this is where we'll be for 4 nights. And this is where we'll have all of our snorkeling trips by land and guided snorkeling trips, as well as potentially an awesome night snorkel trip. So this is where we'll be. So I've got quite a few pictures here for you, and I definitely want to make sure that we hit all of the majors. So once we check in, the next day is going to be our big snorkeling day. So you'll have your snorkel kit for 4 days. And so you'll be able to have your mask and your snorkel and your fins and your personal flotation device anytime. So anytime you feel like walking out there and going, you can. So the first morning we're there, we're going to do snorkeling at your pace. So you can stand up with your mask and your snorkel, and we can walk out and you can see plenty of fish. If you want to be more in the snorkel position this way and be snorkeling along the top, then we'll head out a little bit further over the reef. We'll get to see so much more coral and beautiful fish and animals and sponges. And then if you're more adventurous and if you've really felt like you've mastered it, then we're going to go out a little bit further. Now, we're not talking about far at all. It's very, very close. But we're going to go at your pace. So please don't be concerned that we're going to go too much. I've had the chance to take so many people snorkeling over so many years, and we will make it your pace and so that you will love it. So after lunch, we're going to go on a boat tour. And this boat tour is going to take us out to a special dive site called Bear's Den, where there's just tons more gorgeous things that we're going to see in the water. Now, you might say, what are we going to see? Well, we're going to see hundreds of different species of fish: angelfish, porcupine fish, trumpet fish, lionfish, blue tangs, squirrelfish, grunts, flounders, groupers, and not just fish, not just fish. We're going to see, of course, possibly, hopefully, we'll be able to see some rays, some eagle rays, some yellow stingrays, some spotted eagle rays, whiptail stingrays. Also, how about moray eels? Oh, moray eels are awesome. And then we might get lucky to see some turtles: hawksbill turtle, green turtle, maybe dolphins like spinner dolphins, bottlenose dolphins, rough tooth. But here's the thing: there's over 100 hard and soft corals. So it's absolutely amazing. It's an incredible wildlife underwater. Now, I'd like to tell you that I am a PADI dive master, so I know the underwater world well. And while we're snorkeling and you see something and it's unique, we'll pop up and I'll say, oh, that's a trumpet fish. That's a or that's a queen angel fish. Or that's a shark, swim faster, swim. No, not not swim faster, but we could definitely see some nurse sharks, and they're just like puppy dogs of the sea. So don't worry about that at all. So that's good. So our first beach day is going to be amazing with your own kit. And on the boat tour, of course, we'll be able to snorkel if you want, or you'll be able to stay in the boat. So the next day is going to be wonderful. We're going to trade our ocean gear for checking out some amazing wildlife. So we'll first go over to Daniel Johnson's Sloth Encounter, where we will have the chance to hold a three-toed sloth. That's right. We are going to check out the beautiful rescue animals that they have taken in at the center there. So the three-toed sloth, and then the capuchin monkeys, and then the scarlet macaws. After that, we're going to go over to Arch's Iguana Farm and see these beautiful green behemoths of monster iguanas. We're going to feed them with lettuce, have a great time. Lunch is going to be at the Blue Bahia Beach Grill, which is an oceanfront restaurant. Delicious food, hearty portions. You might not need to eat again that day. So then after that, we're going to head to the second best beach on the island. And we're staying, of course, at the #1 beach on the island, West Bay. But we're going to head to West End. And it's a wonderful cove beach. We're going to start at the end. We're going to stop in at the Roatan Chocolate Factory and maybe the German gelato place and see all kinds of artesian shops. Now, you're going to have the day to yourself, so you might really enjoy headed out in the afternoon and seeing some of these amazing fish that can easily be found there. And so from turtles to trunkfish to all types of corals, it's going to be a special experience. Now, one of the highlights could be some amazing spinner dolphins that you might see cruising along through the Caribbean. So after this, we're going to head back and just enjoy a nice evening. The next day is going to be your day. So it's an independent day that we're going to help you find the best excursions on Roatan. So if you want to Google cruise ship excursions or day tour excursions maybe on Roatan, you will find a myriad of options that you will have for excursions. So one of the great things is they're very wide and there's very diverse excursions. So there's a dolphin encounter that you can sign up for, and you can actually hold and play with dolphins that are let out to sea at night. They're not captive, they're wild, but they come in and they've somewhat been trained. And there's all kinds of things like 9-hole golf, 12, 18-hole golf, shopping, cultural centers, wildlife parks, nature. You can obviously go snorkeling again. You can do nothing. You can lay in a hammock. You can drink a fruity beverage. There's all kinds of options. So I would love to help put all those together for you. And on this night, it's going to be a special one. If you're up to it and you feel adventurous, we're going to go for a night snorkel. And we're going to see the nocturnal animals come alive. We're also going to see some fish like, let's say, the parrotfish sleeping on its side, like at a 45-degree angle. It's quite amazing. And so hopefully if the bioluminescence phytoplankton is out, we're going to be able to do like Karate Kid, wax on, wax off, and have all that phytoplankton bioluminescence shoot from our fingertips. It's going to be pretty unreal. So that will be our last night before we head over to the mainland. So we're going to go over on a beautiful Caribbean yacht called the Galaxy Wave. And the Galaxy Wave will take us an hour and a half to get over to the mainland. And so when we get over to the mainland, it's going to be spectacular because we are going to go to the national park. This is Pico Bonito. And the first stop we have is a 400-foot suspension bridge. And this bridge is remarkable because on this bridge, we can see beautiful keel-billed toucans going back and forth, back and forth. We can see blue morpho butterflies. We can see amazing clouds settling in, the fog settling. It's gorgeous. We're going to have a German lunch right there on the Rio Cangregal River. And then after that, we are going to head over to what National Geographic calls one of the top jungle eco lodges in the world. So Condé Nast said, experience the rainforest at its finest. Audubon says, where dreams come true. This is the one and only 4.5-star lodge and spa at Pico Bonito. So Pico Bonito means beautiful peak, and it is one of the jewels in Honduras. This national park is just drop dead gorgeous. So what are we going to do for 3 days at the all-inclusive lodge and spa at Pico Bonito? I'm glad you asked. So first of all, it's all inclusive. So all of our meals are going to be there. So they have a butterfly enclosure, a serpentarium. We will have a spa treatment in the rainforest. There's guided hikes, flora and fauna hikes, and there'll be a night hike. We will also be treated to just gorgeous rainforest all over in their pool with beautiful hummingbirds buzzing all around. On the last day there, after we are just so refreshed from the rainforest, we're going to head over to Cuero y Salado Wildlife Refuge. So this wildlife refuge boasts over 350 birds, saltwater crocodiles, freshwater alligators, manatees, monkeys, and tons of other wildlife. So we're going to go on a pineapple cargo train that Dole Plantation used to transport their pineapples. And so this is a truly awesome third world experience, just a wonderful way that we go through these villages up to the wildlife sanctuary. And so it's going to be a spectacular time. So our time on the mainland is going to be wonderful at the lodge at Pico Bonito and at Cuero y Salado Wildlife Refuge. It's just going to be remarkable as we see all of the beautiful, lush, green mountains on the mainland. And it's really neat also because we are really away from civilization. We are tucked way back into the national park. Everyone will have their own cabin, and it's going to be drop dead gorgeous. Well, we will then continue back to Roatan. And so for our last night, we are going to head back and we are going to go to this resort here. So this is Paradise Beach, and we will stay here for our final night and our farewell dinner right there on the ocean front and the Caribbean ocean front. It's going to be a remarkable time. And so that will be the end of our island tour. Then from there, we will head right back through Houston to Tucson. We'll arrive in 1 day on the way back. So 10 days, 9 nights, and all the information